It's the same room, but I'm on the other side. So I'm just trying out different places and see how that does. I was trying actually to get myself some wall space because the other one has a. You guys probably haven't seen it, but I've got this old fashioned. What do you call those games? Not ping pong, pinball machine, and I can't move it. It's too heavy. So I don't have much wall space on that one. We'll see this for a few days, and who knows? I could be outside soon if it turns nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to warm days. I'm cold again. It's crazy.
Raw.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Last week, sometime when it was warm, my husband took his rowing machine outside.
Oh, how nice.
It was not an easy thing to do.
Now, wait, did he bring it back in?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, I bet you this weather would wreak havoc on that.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, he brought it back in and said, well, there now, I've done that.
Okay.
Don't have to worry about that anymore.
I love that. That's great. Good for him. I love it. How's everything going for you now? Fine? No, nothing new?
No, actually, my husband and a neighbor of ours they played guitar and sang on Sunday, and we had all the neighbors come sit in, the soccer chairs all up and down the road.
How much fun.
That's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of people doing some innovative things with all of this social distancing. And I guess things are starting to open up a little bit. I certainly see more traffic when I'm out. So
yes.
People are getting in the groove, I guess, and getting ready. So we'll see what happens with us.
Soon. All right, well, I'm on mute now. Okay. Morning, everybody.
Thanks for joining in. Good to see you.
Hey, lady.
Good morning. How are you, Trace?
I am well. How are you?
Good. You're awake and here. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going fishing when we get done.
Where are you going to go?
Bryson City, down to the Tuckasegee.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I used to have a place in Bryson City. I loved it.
Yeah, it's beautiful down
there. Oh
there.
yeah, it's real pretty. So just be mindful. I got a thing on my phone that said, "Watch out for landslides."
Yeah, we're kind of we're a little bit hesitant. We're just going to see what the river's doing. Yeah. If it's too much, then we'll just come back home.
Yes, exactly. That's good thinking. What a good yogi you are. That's awesome. Yogi and fishing. I like it. It goes together. Exactly. That's a good point. Well, I'm glad you're here, and let me know what you catch. It's trout, right? Is that what you're going after?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're fly fishing. So.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, last time we went, we caught almost 60 fish between us. So.
Good night. But they're very small, right?
They're about 10 to 12 inches in the average. Not really huge, but they stopped that section of the river, so it's delayed harvest, so it's catch and release.
Oh, that's fun. That's nice.
So, they stock it really heavy, but
but still, that's the only time I ever did that. We took the kids when they were little to one of those stocked like lakes or ponds, and it was horrible. Everybody was crowded. I just said I'd never go back there.
Yeah, it's not really that way down there. Normally, it's just us two. Last time we were there, we had a few people that that came when we were there, but they fished around us and went on, you know.
But I
up
mean, the
this-
fish were even crowded. It was just, yeah, they had overstocked
Oh,
this little
yeah.
tiny pond, and it just didn't look healthy for anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
don't
you're in
know.
the river, that's a little different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you, let me check the time. All right, we got to get started. We'll talk later. I have a place for you to go in Bryson City. I'll talk to you later about it.
All right.
Good morning, everybody. Happy to see you all online. If you have a block today, we'll be using a block for half moon. And if you need a strap for binding, if you feel like binding, grab the strap. Otherwise, let's get started right away. We'll come into a standing position. Coming right at the front of the mat. Lifting your little toes up and let them be nice and wide. The idea being that we'll have a good base, a solid base on which to stand. And then flip your palms out, facing out like this, nice and wide. Pull the belly in, somewhat lengthen the tailbones. And we don't want to go into this tucked position, but we want to have a sense of pulling the belly in here. And then rein the rib cage in. So we want to be tall, but not just splaying out. So there's a sense of compression right in the torso area. You can slightly tip the chin down just a little bit so that if I were to see your neck spine, it'd be nice and tall. And now take a physical assessment of your body. Just moving into the physical nature. Maybe even a little scan as high as the eyeballs will go from the toes up. Now, set a drishti point and at the same time, memorize the drishti point as you try closing your eyes. And if you feel too wobbly, just let the gaze be down and you can still move into this sense of scanning. And then right here, see if you can visualize that same physical body when you were looking. And either with eyes open or closed, start to ask yourself, have you labeled this moment already? Is it pleasant, unpleasant, neutral? Not that you have to do anything about it, just to consider that. And then also, what kind of glasses are you wearing today? What lens color? Is it angry? Is it disappointed? Is it sad? Is it mindful? Is it happy? Again, we don't have to do anything about it. We're just observing. Excuse me. And then lastly, are the hindrances in your life doubt, anxiety, sleeplessness, anger, restlessness? And if those hindrances are there, see if you can start to consider eliminating them. And if they're already absent, see if you can be committed to not allowing them in. And taking another big deep breath just as you are. If your eyes were still closed, let's go ahead and open the eyes. Draw the hands to heart center. Tapping into our Ujjayi breath. Big inhale, lift the arms up. Pull your belly in, maybe a micro bend in the knees as we're just beginning. Exhale, hinge forward. On the in-breath, lift up halfway. And then on the out-breath, step or hop it back. Maybe just holding plank today, or maybe lowering all the way chaturanga. Taking an up dog or cobra as you breathe in. And let that go, downward facing dog. Big breath in and a big breath out. From here, right arm reaches underneath as if to take hold of the left leg. Look underneath your left armpit as best you can. Come on back to center. Maybe knees or not, lower chaturanga. Again, up dog or cobra. And release back, downward facing dog. One breath in and one breath out. Opposite side. Left hand reaches under, looking underneath right armpit. Come back to center, lower chaturanga, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Nice deep breaths. So in the four foundations for wise mindfulness begin with this physical well-being, this physical awareness. We look at our body, then we close the eyes, and we see our body from the inside. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop it up, come up halfway at the top, and then release forward again. Inhale, come to standing. Nice stretch at the top. So maybe adding the tiniest back bend. Keep your belly super strong. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back. Lifting your heart to breathe in. Downward facing dog. Plant the right hand center mat. Pivot left. Little side plank pose. Just lift it up. Come right back. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand comes center the mat. Lift the right arm up. Open up. Exhale, right back down. Plank pose. Lower chaturanga. Lift your beautiful heart. Come back. Downward facing dog. Back to Ujjayi breath in case that got lost. We try to remember that all the time. Coming right back to it. Secondly, we observe our attitude, if you will. Are we thinking of this as a pleasant moment, an unpleasant moment, or are we neutral? Remember that we tend to go towards the pleasant things that we think are pleasant, like a bite of ice cream. Nice people. Those are great things. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop it up. Come up halfway. Exhale, release. Then inhale, back to standing. Open up. Nice big heart opening stretch here. Keep your belly strong. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back. Lowering chaturanga or maybe hanging out in plank. We all meet in downward facing dog after your up dog cobra. And we'll start left leg. Left leg comes forward, high lunge position. Inhale, lift up. Pivot towards your right, yogic squat. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, broad. Exhale, narrow. And take one more, open up. And then contract again. Lifting all the way up, straight legs. We stretch over the left leg. Now send the left leg back for a 1 or 2-legged descent. So chaturanga or trianga. 1 or 2-legged up dog. And then we meet 1-legged dog. Left leg lifts. Give yourself a nice stretch. And then replace the leg. Downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Same thing right side. Right leg comes through. Big inhale to lift up. Pivot left. Yogic squat. Inhale, expand your heart. Exhale, contract. Inhale, broaden. Exhale, draw together. And take one more. Big opening. And then contract, squeezing it all in. Come back up. Pivot over right leg, straight arm. Exhale over the right leg. Send the right leg back for 1-legged dog. Move forward 1-legged plank. Either stay here, lower 1 or 2 legs. 1 or 2-legged up dog. Come back up. Right leg lifts, 1-legged dog. Stretch it. And then replace. Downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And then start to think of things that might be standing in your way of being the best you can be in offering benevolent responses. Think of the hindrances. Think of anger, greed, doubt, anxiety. And again, we want to keep those away from us. Don't let them come in. We work hard to keep a field of benevolence around us. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop it up. Come up halfway. Exhale, release forward. And then inhale, come right back up to standing. All right, in standing, we'll start with tree pose. We'll take the right leg up first. So set a drishti point. That's real important. The two things that are going to offer you balance are the drishti and the pulling of the belly in, so that muscular contraction. Tree pose can be just like this with the right foot down at the ankle. It can be calf, knee, as long as you're not jetting in real hard and bearing a lot of weight, or high up. And those of you who would prefer the half lotus, you're welcome to do that too. Hands come to the heart, setting drishti, pulling the belly in. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. If your hands reach, beautiful. If they don't, that's okay too. Now from here, take a little tiny lift. And as you exhale, stretch off to the right side. It doesn't have to be very far. Find a sense of balance, pulling the belly in, working with the breath. As you come back to center, allow the right ankle to cross over the left knee, hands to heart as we hinge in this figure 4 and come forward. So we're stretching the right hip, working the left glute. Back is nice and flat. Take another breath. Start to release the hands to cactus as you come up. Knee out to the right. We're in straight leg here on the left leg. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, open. Use your strong belly here. Exhale, come back. One more. Don't let the hindrances come in now. And contract. Release the right leg down, but have it be separated feet. Hands at the hips. Roll the shoulders up and back. Strong belly. Exhale, forward fold. Peace fingers to the big toes. Now, if your peace fingers don't reach the big toes, that's okay. You've got your blocks. Maybe you hold your ankles, your shins. Anywhere is good. Hinge forward into the toes so you have a little more weight forward. Come up just a little bit to flatten your back, and then exhale, re-forward fold, having this little tug of war, if you will, with the fingers and the toes. So we're pulling up on the toes, we're pushing down on the fingers. Let the head be so heavy that the crown of the head is reaching towards the floor. And then shake your head yes and no. Let it all go. Another big shake. Release hands from the feet. Step the feet together. Come up for chair pose. So we squat down, regular old chair pose. Arms up if that can happen. If not, put them where it works for you. Now take your left hand to the hip. Peace fingers extend forward as if to take the big toe. So whether or not you do, it doesn't matter. We can go for the knee, but come up to standing. See if you can extend the big toe towards the hand. And as I said, if not, it's the knee. Pull your belly in. Take the knee or the leg out to the right. And then come on back to center. Release hands to the hips. Lift high. And let the leg go. Shake it out. It would be nice to switch legs, right? Tree pose, second side. So again, you can start at the ankle. Maybe that's good enough. Moving into whatever place works best right now. Hands start at the heart. We set a drishti point. Pull the belly in. So pull the belly in more than you think you need to. That's really going to help. Big inhale, taking the arms up. Big exhale, stretch to the left. So play with this. See what works with your body. Notice the physical part, which side stretched better. And then come on back. We take hands to the heart as we slide left ankle over the right knee. Squat it down. Watch for the droopy hip. Always lifting the left hip up here to find a sense of evenness. Hinging forward. So we're not moving too slowly here. As you come up, cactus arms. Leg out to the left, straighten the standing leg, and let's begin the cat-cows. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Strong belly. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close it. Let's take one more. Big opening, expanding into all that goodness. And then contract. Bring it all in. Nicely done. Let's let the leg go. Separating the feet, hands at the hips. Roll the shoulders up and back, strong belly. Exhale, forward fold. This time we'll step on the palms. So if you don't have the ability to keep the legs straight here to step on the palms, bend as much as you need to, because this is just a feel-good moment and it's too good to pass up. So bend the knees as much as you need to, get the toes towards the wrist crease, and then hinge into your toes. We do want to always have a quick exit release plan. So just be mindful in case something goes awry. But hinge forward, drop the head down. Now you can play with starting to straighten the legs. Doesn't have to go to straight today, but you can start to play around with that, lifting the hips, pulling the belly in, shifting forward a tiny bit more. And then as you release, we come up halfway. Step the feet together, inhale up, chair pose. Try to find your best chair for this given moment. Lifting the arms up if they reach. Another big breath. Now start thinking big toe. Right hand to the hip, peace fingers left hand. Again, it can be knee. So maybe you come up, just hover the knee. Coming to standing on the right leg. Left leg is either extended or not. Setting that drishti, pulling the belly in. Leg out to the left. Now come on back. Hands come to the hips, point the toe, lift, and release. Shake it out. That's a great warm-up, isn't it? All right, let's come to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms, strong belly. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your heart halfway. Now keep all that length as you step or hop it back. Lower straight through chaturanga or not. Up dog or cobra. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Right leg lifts, stack the hips, bend the knee, lift the head, look over your left shoulder. Perfect place to hang out. If you want to move on to something else, maybe you're flipping today or side planking, that's beautiful. Go for it. Just constantly paying attention to the physical well-being. Working with the breath so that truth can always guide us as to what's best for our body right now. Let's come on back. Right leg will stay lifted. And from here, we'll shoot the right leg underneath us. And once you get there, pivot both toes to the left. If it's okay, lift the left arm. If it's not, just leave the left arm. And then let's play with the idea of doing 3 taps with the right leg. We lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more, take it up and down. Now, paying attention to the left leg, let's pivot the toes even more to the left and start to bend the left leg as we slide the right leg and come to seated. So you should have right leg extended, left leg bent. Now, lean into the left leg, but twist to the right. Open your wings. Watch that left knee. It wants to draw in, and we're trying to push it open with our left hand, but look to your right. Open your big heart, expand here. Pull the belly in, pull the right toes back. Now, if you like the bind here, it's an internal rotation. We drop the thumbs towards the floor, bend the elbows. Left hand would join with the right there in the back. Still looking to the right. One more breath. And release. Now to come out of this, just crawl yourself back, pivot the left toes around, draw right knee to nose. Exhale, one-legged dog. Inhale, forward, knee to nose. Exhale, one-legged dog. And then last one, we come forward, tucking around, really use the strong belly to lift the spine and create space. Plant the right foot down, drop to left knee. And then once you're there, find the place that suits your body best. I don't feel comfortable in a square, squishy place, so I walk my right foot forward and to the right. That may be for you too. Wherever you are, hinge a little forward, lift up, flip the palms towards the back of the room and open your big heart. Pull the right hip crease back. So we want to have this sense of evenness in the front. All right, now let's take the hands to cactus, still keeping that lift in the chest. Inhale, expand. And as you exhale, float the right arm on top of the left. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, float right arm. And 1 more. Inhale, expand. Now as you float, start to think eagle arms. Is it best for you to just stay like this with 1 arm? Or are you in a place now that you can double cross? And if so, double cross. If not, keep it single. Either way, snuggle the right arm down. Think of thumbs coming towards the forehead. Lift up for a little back bend. Come back to neutral. Lift the elbows up and we'll we'll eagle twist to the right. So notice already your body might be saying, this is an unpleasant experience. It's not like our prayer twist. And that is true. And maybe it's only unpleasant because we're unfamiliar with it. If it is hurting you, you need to take steps to stop the pain. But if it's just the discomfort of not having been here, see what happens when you sit for another breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Extend your right leg long. Hinge over the right leg with your eagle arms. Let's see how this feels. You might come inside a little bit and that'll even your shoulders out. Keep the right hip working back. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. On this last breath, let's keep the shape but unfurl. And this way we can go into a deeper Hanuman, moving into whatever shape works best for you right now. So it's early. Don't forget that. It's only 7:20. So your body might not want to go into splits right now, but if you're doing this class later in the afternoon, maybe you find you can drop right into splits. Just play with it. Do what's best for you. Taking one more breath wherever you are. We come back to the bent legs. Tuck your left toes under. We're going to lift up just a little bit. Now this time we do want to be more square kneeling because we're going to be dropping the left knee down. So don't go too wide here. As we come up, hands to cactus. Inhale, expand as you drop to left knee. Exhale, float right arm on top. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, right arm. Last one, inhale down. Now exhale, come up, cross right arm for eagle once or twice again. Now see if you can stay on the ball of the left foot. Inhale, lift up like a little back bend. And then on the out breath, we return to our prayer twist. You may have to extend the left leg longer. Lift left hip up, pull right hip crease back. Another breath here again. It may be a sense of discomfort because we don't normally do it like this. That's okay. Now come back to a straighter leg. You can either take the left leg into warrior or keep it on the ball of the foot as we come into straight legs and hinge over the right leg. Nice stretch, maybe coming inside again, pulling right hip crease back. One more breath like this. Bend the right knee. Now everybody take the warrior position with the left foot. Sinking down, warrior one. Try to get into a place where the right knee is working towards parallel to the floor, the right thigh. Open your big heart. One more breath. Now think eagle pose. So we circle left leg around. Maybe it's just once. Maybe you're pushing into the earth. Or maybe you're double wrapping. Wherever you are, lift the left hip a little bit. It's probably sagging. Squat it down. Finding Ujjayi breath. Sitting with the desire to let these arms go. We're going to in just a moment. All right, now keeping your arms for one more little pose. Left knee lifts. Send the left leg back for eagle three. Keeping the left thigh internally rotated. Dropping the left hip. Finally open the wings. Ah, what a breath, huh? And then if you need your block for half moon, we drop the right hand to the floor. Half moon pose. Kicking up on the left side, finding a sense of stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders. If Chandrachapa is in your practice, let's take it. Pull the belly in, kick up. One more. All right, if you have the bent leg, let it go. We tilt back, coming to standing, straight leg. So it's like triangle, but we're going reverse. So right toes are still looking forward. Send the left arm back, nice big stretch. Drive the left arm down. Now, if you like strengthening pose here, you're more than welcome to lift the left arm and keep that shape. Find a sense of softness in the breath, even though the body is working hard. All right, come back up. So pay attention to my words here. If you can see me well and work, then you can look. Take the left toes and point them back, so towards the left. And then bend the knee. We want the left knee and the left toes to be in the same line. There's a tendency for this left knee to drop in, so push it open. Let it stay in that same line. And then we take the right hand inside the right leg. You can be on the block or the floor. Twisting open to the left. Now watch the right shoulder. It wants to jet forward. See if you can keep it broad. Lift up and open. This is bowing warrior. If you like the bind, left arm comes behind, right hand through the legs, and we still twist open to the left. Taking one more big breath. All right, just let the hand come to the floor. Pivot both feet forward, keeping your wide legs. Walk forward until you're in a wide-legged plank pose, preparation for thread the needle. From here, working with right leg again, pivot the right leg underneath as you lift the left arm. Come back, push up. And we'll do that 4 times. Come back up, right leg under. Come back, push up, that's 2. Right leg under, push up for 3. Last one, right leg under. Come back, push up for 4. Lift back up, walk yourself back. Wide-legged forward fold. Peace fingers to the big toes. Go as wide as you think you want. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge forward. Let the head drop. Let the crown of the head be coming towards parallel to the floor. If your head is actually touching the floor, then that's an indication that you need to narrow up a little bit. Roll to the pinky sides of both of the feet, and then take a look at your feet and make sure the big toes aren't lifting up. We want the arches to lift, but not the big toes. Take another big breath here. And then come up. We're all going to meet in a wide-legged position on the floor. Some of us will tippy-toe all the way out, keeping the pinky toes on the floor the whole time. But a lot of us will just come to a seated position and extend the legs long. And they're both good. It's just different ways of getting there. Well, once you get there, let's go ahead and pull the pinky toes back towards the corresponding hips. Now do a little physical check into your sitting bones in the seat. And if you feel as if you're rolling onto the sacrum too much, go ahead and place something underneath. And if you're over rolling like this, hinge back. We want to have the sitting bones on the floor. We don't want them lifted behind us. Taking your breath, lift up. As you exhale, use the floor to guide you, to resist a little bit. So we want to keep pushing back to keep that place of the sitting bones still on the floor. You can always bend the knees here and narrow up a little bit and still find a sense of a forward fold. Or as I said before, lift the hips up a little bit. Taking another breath. Come on back up. And we'll twist over the right leg. So either block or hand to the floor. Palm facing up. It's a twist to the left, but we're reaching to the right. Be mindful left hip stays on the floor. So we'll come down a little bit more, maybe a little more, to play with it here. All right. Walk yourself back up. We'll repeat this with the left knee lifted. So this is a Marichyasana pose. And we're all going to have a different shape of where we place that leg. If that's just no good for you, you'll do 2 sets of Janu Sirsasana.